Hello class, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve simple um, equations, and then we're going to see how we justify our steps and check our answers. So if you took a look at example 1a, we have an x and we have a negative 11 on the left side, so we're really subtracting 11. The inverse operation of subtracting 11 is to add 11. So we're going to add 11 to both sides. We're going to see that x is equal to 11 plus 6, which is 17. So from this step to here, we add 11 to both sides. And then from here to here, to this step right here, we're just simplifying. So this is what it means by justify your steps. You tell exactly what we did from one step to the next one. How do we check our answer? We start with the original problem. But because we think that the answer is 17, we're going to substitute that there. And we're going to check if it's true that negative 11 plus 17 is 6. So you could do the left side on a calculator, negative 17. 17 minus 11 is 6. So 6 equals 6 because the left side equals the right side. That means it does work, it checks. Okay, it might not make a lot of sense right now, but eventually when we do more complicated equations, you're gonna see how this is very helpful. So this is the check part. Okay, let's go ahead and do example 1b. In this case, we have on the right side, we have y plus 18, the variable plus 18. The inverse operation of adding 18 would be to subtract 18. And then we get y equal to negative 20 on the left side. So once again, what do we do here? We subtract 18 from both sides. And then we simplify. We subtract, in this case, the negative 2 and the negative 18. Well, here's the check part. We're going to check it. We check by substituting the answer into our original problem. Okay, so we're saying that y is negative 20. Let's check by substituting, and then when we take negative 20 plus 18, we get negative 2, and that equals negative 2, so it checks. That means our answer did work. You may pause the video at any time and copy it on a piece of paper so you have it ready as notes. Part C, example 1C, we're going to solve for W by doing the inverse operation of dividing by negative 8. What is the inverse of dividing by negative 8? It would be to multiply by negative 8. So we multiply both sides by negative 8. On the left side, the negative 8 divided by negative 8 is 1. And 1 times W is going to give us that W. Now, negative 24 is what we get on the right side. So the steps are to multiply by negative 8 on both sides and simplify. How do we check the work? Again, it's W divided by negative 8 equals 3. That was the original problem. And then we're going to let W equal to 24, negative 24, to see if that works. When you divide a negative by a negative here, you get positive. 24 divided by 8 is 3. And 3 is equal to 3, so it works. On the right side, the opposite of multiplying by negative 6 would be to divide by negative 6. So if we divide on the left side, we have to divide on the right side. And negative 6 and 6 are dividing into a 1, giving us an m. If you divide negative 7.2 by negative 6 on a calculator, you're going to get 1.2. and it's positive because negative divided by a negative. So we're saying that negative 1.2 is the answer. The steps are to divide by -6 on both sides and simplify, right? Okay, here's a check part. -6 times, -6 times m. Well, -6 times 1.2, if you check on a calculator, when you multiply -6 times 1.2, it gives you exactly -7.2, which proves that the answer is correct. So this concludes the lesson on how to solve simple equations, one-step equations. In order for us to do the next part, we need to go back to review or remember that in a quadrilateral means four-sided figure, all the angles add up to 360. So if we're going to solve for x in this quadrilateral that has four sides, we need to start by saying 80 plus 85 plus 100 plus x equals 360. So if you need to write an equation that relates the angles or that will allow you to solve for x, this is the equation you write. 80, 85, and 100 make exactly 260. No, I'm sorry. 80 makes 265 plus x equal to 360. Notice how I left the degree symbol out because all of them have it. So by property of equality, they are the same without the degree symbol. Now what we need to do here is the opposite. The inverse operation of adding 265 would be to subtract 265. And we're going to get here then that x is equal to 95. Okay, whenever you solve a problem like this, you want to make sense of your answers. In this case, we knew that x could not be negative because we're talking about an angle measurement. We know that the answer, a number greater than 360, wouldn't make any sense. Well, 95 is less than 360. So this answer does make sense. That 95, it's a reasonable answer for the value of x. Use the same strategy and the same steps to solve part B. Again, please pause the video and copy this on a piece of paper. So in a quadrilateral, four-sided figure, all of the angles add up to 360. So 90 plus 30 plus 90 plus x must be equal to 360. Notice how I left the degree symbols out this time. 90 plus 90 plus 30, that makes 180, 210. And then the opposite of adding 210 would be to subtract 210. And then you're going to get that x is equal to 150, and this is your answer.